Good day. So the question is, what are some natural remedies for wrinkles? Dr. Peterman, what do you think about that?
I think you could probably get a hot iron and just. Are we talking people wrinkles?
I think we're talking about wrinkles within the skin, if I'm not
Oh, I
mistaken.
forget that. Okay. All right. Wrinkles are the result of aging, and aging is a result of either environmental or the result of the material you take in that's either food or toxins. And probably the most common results of wrinkles is just plain aging. Why do we get wrinkles when we age? Because our mitochondria is dying, and we also have a lower amount of quality of cardiovascular as mitochondria, the small systems in every living cell that keeps the cells healthy. So they die back, and they're an ever-living cell. So if they're an ever-living cell, that means they're also in the tiny capillaries and the skin itself. So if they die back, then the skin is compromised. The skin doesn't get enough nutrition or hydration, and you begin to have the same thing as if some vegetables left out, and it tends to begin to dry out. Now, what else can cause the problem? Because we have to talk about the causes before we talk about the remedies. And it's kind of funny because when we talk about the causes, we are exposing what we can do very quickly. Another form of problems with the cause of wrinkles is smoking. A person who smokes a lot tends to, after a long period of time, have a lot of fine wrinkles because the 4,000 or so chemicals that are released in your body that are toxins when you smoke are killing off the mitochondria and killing off the cell structures in various tiny parts of the skin, and wrinkles form. So that's one. Another form of wrinkle production is alcohol. Again, toxin. People don't think of alcohol being a toxin, but you know it's a toxin because you hear about people who are in fraternities who are forced to drink a lot and they die. Well, why do they die? Because it's a toxin, because it can kill you. For that matter, water is a toxin. If you drink too much of it, you can actually die from water poisoning. Well, these people who are hazing generally don't make people drink a whole lot of water. It's always booze. But the alcohol can cause the same kind of death of the small capillaries in the skin and cause wrinkles as well. Sun damage. You can have UV radiation that causes wrinkles, and I'm sure there's a number of other materials that can do that. Heavy makeup can actually contribute because a lot of makeups used over the years contain lead. We don't know that. We didn't realize that, but if it's manufactured outside of the United States, a lot of materials that are makeups are lead laden, and that can kill off the skin cells and the capillaries and actually contribute to aging. So what to do? How do we do this? Okay, if you drink, stop. Don't drink so much. Drink very little. I have a rule that I can have just as much fun with a single beer stretched out over a little bit of time, and beyond that, I don't use anymore because I don't like what it does to my pancreas. It is a toxin. I have to remember that. The other thing that we have to realize is that we are depleted in mitochondria. The skin is not prepared or properly repaired on a daily basis or when we sleep because the mitochondria, which is an ever-living cell in the human body, is also in the little capillaries and the skin cells. And if the mitochondria dies back, which is very common as we age, then we suffer from having wrinkles and beginning to show old age. So if you want to really improve your skin, find some mitochondrial support material, supplement that addresses the health of mitochondria. Women tell me that the first thing they notice when they're taking a mitochondrial support material is that their skin becomes softer, more pliable, and more radiant looking. Well, that's because the little cells in the cardiovascular system and the actual skin has been rejuvenated with mitochondria. The more mitochondria, the healthier the skin cells or any cell in the body. So that's an improvement. If you're going out in the sun, here's a conundrum. Why is it that we now have 3 times the amount of skin cancers since we have introduced sunscreen? We have 3 times the amount of skin cancer. And people say, "Oh yeah, you gotta put this on so you don't get skin cancer." Well, if you got 3 times more, I'd say there's something wrong. And what is most wrong is we don't get enough vitamin D. D is manufactured when we're exposed to the sun. And in the past, before we had this material to slather all over ourselves, and by the way, some of it has really bad chemicals in it, and I see people rubbing down babies with this material. Oh my gosh, that's just ridiculous. So you want to, in the past, people would just not stay out in the sun longer than a certain period of time, and they knew if they did, they would burn. And so nowadays we stay longer in the sun, but the good materials are blocked. So now we're getting a heavy dose of chemicals and no vitamin D production. So that can also add to the formation of wrinkles. Now, probably one of the most common creation of wrinkles is hydration. I have yet to find all but one person who's come to my clinic over the years that is properly hydrated. And that person drank too much water. It was amazing. So if you're dehydrated, why is that a problem? Other than drying up like a prune, most people are not that conditioned, but the problem is that you don't have enough blood volume. So when you sleep, there's not enough blood volume to help remove toxins in your body. And the skin is probably the most sensitive for visual proof that you're not getting rid of the toxins properly. And the skin exudes toxins. So if it exudes toxins from the body through lymph and various others, the toxins reside in the surface of the skin. Well, if it's toxins, it's going to kill off some of the mitochondria, and here we go again. Now we have death of mitochondria in the very part of the body that we would like to have the most. Then people slather on the makeup and they add the lead to their systems, and it is a vicious circle. So avoid cosmetics that is manufactured overseas. Hydrate properly. Find some place to get mitochondrial supplementation. A good place would be Time Challenger Labs. They have something called mitochondrial support. Been on the market 16 years. Proven product, and it'll help restore mitochondria. And the women say it works well on skin. So that's pretty much remedies that I would have for wrinkles. Stop smoking. Stop smoking. That's you in North Carolina, and you know who I'm talking about, okay? Specifically. All right. Until next time, this is Jerry.
And David.
And we bring these videos to you every single day.